Let's go. Okay, I want to welcome everybody to our stock and sip, our last one for 2020. I am your host. They call me Angela Powerhouse Williams. I am a certified professional life coach. I specialize in personal finance and day trading. So this is going to be a quick overview of the opportunity that has allowed me to change so many lives. And I promise you that by the end of this presentation, you're going to know how to increase your cash flow by 1,000% every single year. Now, for people who have known me, I have been in my econ for the past 4 years. And for the past 4 years, I have been telling everybody that is connected to me that they had to get their financial house in order, because I know that every 10 years, there's always a bubble. And after the bubble, a recession usually comes. And so I was a victim of a recession back in 2008 during the Obama administration. And when I tell you it was bad, it was bad. I lost everything. And so I literally have made it my mission to get in my community and to get people to a point financially where you can weather a storm. And when you see it coming, instead of being a victim to it, be able to be a victor of it, okay? And so what has happened is in 2019, we got to a point again to having what we call the everything bubble. And that meant that we had a tech bubble, we had a housing bubble, we got a spending bubble, we got baby boomers that are retiring, they're withdrawing their money out of their 401ks. That's going to weigh down the market. And what ended up happening in 2019, the market started to crash. But there are a couple of indicators that I keep my eye on that gives me an alert when something is about to happen. And you guys, that indicator actually gave me alert in 2019. So the people that were on my team, I pretty much already told them when the crash was coming. We knew it was coming in 2020, the beginning of 2020. We knew that. We knew it was going to start getting to that point, and it did actually happen. And so when my one indicator sounded the alarm, I made a Facebook post, and this was August 14th of 2019. And I said, get your financial house in order. It's coming 2020. And then I said, I'm recession proof. And so the drop that happened in March, we knew was coming. Now, what we didn't know about, obviously, is COVID, because that just made it happen faster, but it was going to happen. And so my indicator, not only did it sound the alarm once, but it sounded the alarm again. And so I made another post on September 16th, 2019, and I said, listen, you got 90 days to stash cash and increase your credit lines. Why? Because you needed to have liquid cash so you can take advantage of this massive dip that was coming. Now, mind you, this was close to the end of 2019. I do look at the 10-year, 2-year yield curve. There was alert that signaled that something bad was about to happen. Another indicator that I look at is the VIX. And the VIX just measures the volatility in the S&P 500, which is 500 of the world's most largest corporations. And it basically tells the emotions of the markets. And just to keep it simple, on the left-hand side is a look at the S&P 500. And as you can see, back in March, there actually was a drop that happened, and then the markets pulled back, an amazing pullback, and then obviously we were buying. We bought the huge dip, rolled it right back up. Now, it's important that you understand that some of these indicators are out there, because if you have been paying attention, what it looks like right now is exactly what it looked like at the end of 2019. So if you look at the VIX is the opposite of the S&P. So when the S&P is going up, the VIX is going down. Now, I drew some little orange lines at the bottom of the VIX chart, and I call that my danger zone. And that's where I have an alert that's basically saying you might want to be taking a short position and possibly short the market. So what's happening is the markets have become overinflated once again. We're in the same point that we were in right before that March crash, and actually we're higher. So again, when the VIX is up, the stock market is down. When the VIX is down, the stock market goes up. But there's a critical point to where when the VIX gets so low, it's going to shift and turn. And next thing you know, the stock market is going to start to drop. So it's going to happen. And it's going to happen in 2021. I don't know if it's going to be January or it's going to be in February, but we're going to expect a pullback. The markets cannot continue to go up and up and up and up. And even the Warren Buffett indicator basically let us know that the market is over 200% inflated. And so it's coming. And so what I'm saying to you is you need to take the next 30 days, 60 days, possibly 90 days, and you need to have some cash. And you can even use credit as well, you know, so you want to get yourself in position because that is what's happening. And so if we take a deeper dive into the VIX, what I want you to understand is that the VIX is normally between 17 and 20. We like to see the VIX a little bit under 20, but never lower than 13. And if you look back into the recession, when Obama was president back in November of 2008, the VIX went as high as a 66. So that means that at that time, the stock market was in the basement. Okay. And then the VIX started to pull back down. Now, when the VIX starts to pull back down, without going back and retest the high, then that kind of can give you a little bit of a reassurance that the market may be at its bottom and getting ready to push back up, okay? And so that's what ended up happening, and we kind of stayed around the 17 range for a while, and then what happened is VIX started to get low. It started to go below 20. It started to go below 13. It went as low as 11.72. So we already knew that the crash was coming. Okay. And then when the signal alerted, it happened and the VIX started to shoot up. So when the VIX started shooting up, the market started going down. And so the VIX in March of 2020 went all the way up to 85. So that means that drop in March was larger than that drop when Obama was president. Okay, I want y'all to understand that. And so right now the VIX is at that 21 range and it's starting to creep down. Okay, and I think we're going to have maybe hopefully a Christmas rally, but after that the markets are going to correct themselves. And the one thing about what I teach my team as investors is we buy the dips, and because we're day traders, we can also short the market and make money when the market falls. So you have to be paying attention to these warning signs. Now, I believe that there is, I have a definition of what I call personal financial success, because in order for you to take advantage to what is about to happen in 2021, you got to have your stuff together. And so personal financial success is when you got enough cash flow from your job or if you're self-employed to support your current lifestyle. So that's keeping a roof over your head, car to drive, food on the table, going on vacations, and that same income must also fund your tomorrow, which is your retirement, because at some point you're not going to be able to work no more. Either they're going to let you go, or you're going to have to leave for some other reason outside of your control, but it is going to happen. And so there were old retirement builders that many of us depended on. For example, Social Security. I want you guys to know that if you have not went to the online Social Security department and logged into your account, you better, because the last time that I had did it, I actually had got a letter, and the letter is in my online Social Security account. And basically that letter said that by 2034, they will only be able to pay me out 77% of my benefits. Y'all need to be mindful of that. By the time 2034 get here, I'm not going to be 65. So by the time I get there, I'm probably going to get what, 60%, maybe 50%. And if you're in your 20s and 30s, it's quite possible that Social Security is not even going to be there for you, yet they're taking that money out your paycheck. So you all need to go online and you need to look at your accounts and you need to see where you are, okay? Because you're going to have to fund your retirement. We used to be able to depend on pensions, but we already know that the corporations lobbied Congress. Congress let them get rid of them. Some of you may have them. You are absolutely blessed. Majority of you not. So they were able to get rid of pensions where you had some fixed income that would have been coming in to 401k, where you had to invest yourself and you were going to get this company match. But nobody educated you on investing, on what index funds to use, how much money you should be contributing in order for you to retire with dignity. So what's end up happening is these retirement builders, they no longer work. And so if you couple that with what is happening in America right now, we're dealing with a COVID virus. We got over there in the UK where they are saying that there's a whole nother strand of COVID. And obviously America haven't shut down their airways. So it's quite possible that it'll make its way over here. And where we are just now starting to get some vaccines, we may have a whole nother different wave that the vaccines can't even help. So you're not even ready for what's going to happen next year. We got 20 million people who are now unemployed because of COVID. And guess what? Them jobs are not coming back. Now add in 7 out of 10 Americans don't got $1,000 in the bank right now to touch. And African Americans, 67%, don't have any emergency savings in case you get sick with COVID, lose your job or laid off because of COVID, or God forbid, you end up losing a spouse. Now let's look at the average wealth in America. For white America, it's 141,000 because not only did they buy homes, but they pay their homes off and they got assets. Now compare that to Hispanics' wealth, 13,000. What about African Americans? $11,000. That means you guys been working 40 hours a week for 40 years and do not have anything to show for it. And what people are not mentioning is that if we don't switch our mindset from being consumers to being investors, African American wealth is going to be zero by 2035. Now, the elephant in the room, and I didn't hear any presidential candidates speak on this, is that by 2035, 5 million jobs will be replaced with AI technology. And so it don't matter how long you've been at your job. It doesn't matter your experience level, your educational background. There is nothing that you do that a robot and technology cannot do. It don't matter. Manufacturing, you can be in sales, in the hospitals, hotels, all over the place. Okay, I'm just gonna say all over the place. And it's coming. So the old ways of making money is just not going to exist. So you're going to have to get yourself in position to put a plan B in place, get you an online digital business so that you're going to be able to recession-proof your income. Now, what I want to talk about is the reason why many people are not able to save money and why so many people are living paycheck to paycheck. The first reason is what we call the silent killer, and that's inflation. And that basically means that the cost of everything around you, from your housing, the food, college education, the prices are going up, but your paycheck is staying the same. Another reason why you can't save is a third of your income is being robbed from you in the form of taxes. Do you know that from January to April, you are working for Uncle Sam? I'm going to show you how to fix that. A third reason why you cannot save is that another third of your income is being taken away because you owe everybody. You are in debt. The average debt in America is like 38,000. And if you pull credit reports, over 77 million Americans got some form of debt collections currently reported on their credit file. And then finally, the reason why many cannot save is we just overspend our money. That's it. That's all. We shop way too much. And the corporations advertise to us for that reason. They are trying to transfer money out of your pocket into their pockets. And so we finna wrap up Christmas next week. Then we're going to be going into New Year's. People are going to be partying. There's going into Valentine's Day. People are going to be partying. We're going to have Easter. Then we're going to have Mother's Day. We're going to have Father's Day. We got Memorial Day. We got 4th of July. There is always going to be a reason why you need to be spending money. And if you pay attention to people, when they celebrate their birthday, they don't even do it on a day. They do it for the whole week. They do it for a whole month. And guess what? They expect their friends to come and hang out with them, and you spending a little bit more money. Then people having babies, people getting married. And at the end of the day, every time you get paid, you got 10 different hands in your pockets and you are now owning your paycheck. So that's going to change tonight. What is the solution? Number one, financial literacy. We need people who want to get out in the community and teach people how money works and teach people how they can manage their money. Let me go back. I'm sorry. We also need to have businesses. Everyone has to start a home-based business. It is mandatory now. It is no option, because if your only source of income is from a job, you are on borrowed time because you don't own it, you don't control it, and you can lose it at any time. So you got to have a home-based business for multiple streams of income and the tax advantages that you're going to learn about tonight. And then the third thing that we have to do is, again, we got to shift from being consumers to being investors. You have to not only participate in capitalism, you need to make capitalism work for you. So you're going to have to start buying assets so that your money can start working for you even when you're not working. Now, why is it important for you to have a home-based business? You got to understand that there's 3 sets of tax books. The first set is for most of you that's on this webinar. You are employees, you are W-2 workers, okay? You need to understand that as a W-2 employee, you're already trading time for money. You work 40 hours, you get paid for 40 hours. You don't show up for work, you don't get paid. Real simple. Now, as employees, you are taxed at the highest tax rates in America, up to 37%. But see, here's the game. The IRS can't even trust you to pay them what you owe them. So what they decided to do, they say, hey, you're gonna go and work your job, and you're gonna work your 40 hours, your 80 hours. But before you get your paycheck, we're gonna go into your paycheck and we're gonna rob you. That's right, we're gonna take our taxes out before we even put that money in your hand. And you gotta use what's left over to fund your lifestyle. Now compare that to us. We're business owners. So when you're a business owner, you can become a 1099. And even if you got a job, a home-based business is still going to put you in this category. And so as a home-based business owner, yes, we get multiple streams of income, but what is important is the tax advantages of having a home-based business, because we're taxed anywhere from 0% to 22%. Now you see that 0, right? So that means as a home-based business owner, I have to report my income and expenses, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to have to owe taxes because of the tax write-offs. See, when you are a business owner, you get to make your profits, you get to go and fund your lifestyle, you get to invest back into your business, spend your money, and whatever you have left over, then you're taxed on it. Now you see the difference of why you need to have a home-based business tied to your income. Now, the third tax set of books is what we call investors. And these are the people who got money working for them. These are people that got corporations. These are the people who own land and real estate. They may have books that they have written. They've made songs. They're getting royalties and things like that. Well, guess what? They got the lowest tax rates in America, anywhere from 0% to 20%. This is the reason why billionaires can get away with not paying taxes, because not only are they business owners, but they're also investors. And so what I want to do tonight is I want to graduate you from the W-2 slot and get you into the business owner investor slot. I want to welcome you to the world of My Econ. My Econ is a 15-year-old debt-free financial literacy education company. When you say yes to My Econ, you're going to get a financial literacy business, and you are going to be a personal finance coach. This is one of the highest demand business opportunities that you can launch right now. Why? Because everybody's back is against the wall, and it is needed. Some of the information and education that you're going to learn is how money works, budgeting and management skills. You're going to learn the tax laws. You're going to learn techniques to eliminate debt fast. You're going to learn about building personal credit as well as building business credit. You're going to get stock investing education. You're going to learn about retirement planning and how to analyze your 401k. And we're also going to teach you how to build your business and brand yourself so that you can build a 6-figure or $1 million financial literacy education business. Now, one of the strategies that we're going to teach you is how to increase your cash flow. So we're going to go where you spend the most of your time, which is your job. Let's look at that W-4 form. Do you know that 80% of people got that form filled out wrong? That means that 80% of you are overpaying taxes. So we're going to show you how to adjust your W-4 correctly, and it's going to give you a pay raise anywhere from $200 to $800 a month. So I want you to think about that. That's an extra $2,400 to $9,600 a year that you let the government take out your paycheck, let them make money off of, and they only give you a fraction of it back at the end of the year. And so when you see me talk about results, these are real business partners on our team because I believe in real people, real results. So here's our business partners, the Reyes family. They cash flow over $600 a month, and at the end of the year, had an extra $7,200. Can you imagine if you had an extra $7,200, what type of money moves that you can make? This is what it looks like. We got Stacy McClaskey. She's on this webinar. Just her W-4 getting an extra $1,100 a month. Chad was able to get an extra $900 a month. Sandra, $890 a month. Tricia, she's on this webinar too, $740 a month. We got the Cruz family, $600 a month. We got Jose Delgado, an extra $264 a month. Now, we're not going to teach you to adjust your W-4 just so you can have some extra money to be blowing. What we want you to do is we want you to change your life. Not only do you need cash flow, but you got to direct it. And so this is what it looks like. This is my cousin Melinda out of Memphis, Tennessee. She directed her income shift money and stashed it right into her emergency savings account. She got 12 months of her living expenses saved. We got Carmen Corlez, 12 months of her living expenses, over $50,000 saved. We got Marta Cunningham, over 12 months of her living expenses saved. We got Miss Felicia Cox. She's on this webinar too, over $54,000 saved in her emergency fund. We got Peggy Ann Smith, 6 months of her emergency fund. We got Candy Johnson, $15,000 her emergency fund. See, this is how you do it. That way, if you get laid off or you can't work because of an epidemic, something that just happens that you have no control over, you ain't got to worry. You ain't got to stress. You ain't got to wait for no stimulus check because you already saved for a rainy day. And that's what we do with our money. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is what I call the Trump tax secret. And that's basically when you have a home-based business tied to your income, you get the same tax write-offs as the billionaires. Trump did not pay any income taxes 10 of the last 15 years. And guess what? I ain't paying none either. So the second strategy that I'm going to teach you is how to minimize your tax liability. Again, business owners get to write off their lifestyles. How many of you pay rent? How many of you got cell phone bills? How many of you eat takeout food, go out to restaurants? How many of you are still traveling? We'll show you how to write off the airfare and your hotel, your baggage claim fees. We'll show you how to write off that Uber. Even if you give the waiter a tip, we'll show you how to write that off too. How many of you got car notes? We can show you how to write off the interest of your car note. How about get reimbursed 55 cents for the miles that you drive on your car? Now, my personal favorite is, do you have any children over the age of 6? We can show you how to write off up to $12,000 per child. How many of you got kids that's in sports or in dance, or you got kids that's in college and you're paying their expenses? Hire them into your business so you can get some of that money back. See, the problem is most people play around with their W-4s, but the reason why they owe at the end of the year, they don't have enough write-offs. So we show you how to do it ethically and the correct way so that you can keep more of your hard-earned money and not owe the IRS at the end of the year. So what we're going to give you is we're going to give you a software. It's an app. It's called the Cash Flow Manager. It is going to track your income, your expenses. You're going to keep all your receipts in it. At the end of the year, it's going to give you an audit report. You're going to give that audit report to your tax preparer, because if you say yes to My Econ business is giving you a sole proprietorship tax status. That means that you now qualify for the Schedule C, and it is attached to your 1040. So here is our business partner, Q. This is his Schedule C. As you can see, he only made about $498 in his business that year. But look at his write-offs. He was able to write off over $7,900 in car expenses, which was basically reimbursement of the miles that was on his car. Over $5,000 in rent payments, over $3,000 in travel, over $1,500 in meals. Hired his child in the business, wrote off another $3,000, was able to write off over $24,000 in expenses on his taxes. Well, this is what it looks like when he filed his taxes. So as you can see on line number 1, he made $58,000 that year. But look at line 6. Those write-offs come into play from the Schedule C. So he was able to write off that 24,210. And what did that do? It lowered his adjustable gross income to $33,889. Guys, if he was not in my econ, his adjustable gross income would have been about $44,000 and he would have been taxed at 22%. But because he said yes to my econ, he learned the tax laws, he tracked all his expenses. Those write-offs lowered his tax rate. And so after his standard deduction, child tax credits, his taxable income was only $15,889, making him able to only have a tax rate of 12%. Not to mention, he adjusted his W-4, got an extra $248 a month, and he still got a $4,000 refund check. Now, what did he do with all that money? Well, he paid off $11,834 in debt, and that increased his credit score 65 points to a 718. This is what winning look like, y'all. We have Chad here. He adjusted his W-4. He was able to keep $10,800 of his hard-earned money because he's a high six-figure income earner, still got a tax refund check of over $6,000 and was able to take that extra money, put it in his Forex account so his money can start having babies. We got Bridget. She was able to keep $9,600 of her money, dropped her tax rate from 22% to 12%, still got an $8,000 refund check. We got Pastor Josh. He was able to keep $12,000 of his hard-earned money, still got a tax refund check of over $9,000. And here's the thing, Pastor Josh been in my account for 3 years. He's been able to cash flow over $65,000 through income shifting and his tax refunds and minimizing his taxes, all before he could say anything about his business. So without selling or recruiting, we still get money. No other business opportunity on earth does this. The third strategy we teach you is how to burn up your debt, because guess what? You got to own your paycheck so you can make some money moves. And so we have a personal finance workshop that you can go through. We're going to give you some budgeting tools so that you'll know who got your money. You also going to know where you waste money, how you can cut back just a little bit, add to your income shift. And then we have a debt elimination tool that's going to show you how much debt you're working with, what debt to start focus on paying off, when you're going to be debt free, and how much interest you are going to save. You know, we have these strategies that have allowed someone to pay off over $225,000 in debt, and that included their mortgage in 8 years and 4 months. Now look at the Corlez family. They cash flowed $98,000, paid off $121,000 in debt, and was able to raise their credit score to an 802 and a 714. And because of that, not only are they real estate investors now, but they just got approved for $100,000 in funding to get some more investment property. We got Marta Cunningham, cash flowed $103,000, paid off $34,000 of debt, and increased her credit score to a 768. Now, this is my best friend, y'all. So you always got to get your friends on the same level as you, because that's how you bless people. Keep looking, y'all. We got the Giles family. They cash flowed $110,000, paid off $64,000 in consumer debt, was able to increase their credit score to a 798 and an 820. And guess what, y'all? They just bought their brand new house. And because of our debt elimination strategy system, they're going to be able to pay this 30-year mortgage off in the next 5 to 8 years. We got Jose, that even though he was self-employed, so he didn't have no W-4, he couldn't income shift, he still went through the budgeting workshop and was able to save over $11,000 in 30 days. And I'm finna show y'all what he did with that money in just a little bit. We got my cousin, Tanika. She cash flowed $41,000, paid off $50,000 in debt, and her credit score is a 758. We got Tina out of DC, was able to pay off over $49,000 in student loans. We got Michelle Brown McIver, my high school friend out of Atlanta. She cash flowed $97,000, paid off $35,000 in debt, and increased her credit score 215 points. We got Michael Macklin. He's cash flowed $104,000. He's paid off $74,000 of debt. His credit score is an 820. And guess what, y'all? What was it, December? Mike was able to fire his boss. Now, see, that's what it looks like. See, when you get out of debt, then you got other options that are available to you. You know how to manage and multiply your money. Guess what? you can find a way to make money without depending on the job, because we give you those options in my econ. The fourth strategy that we teach you is we empower you to fix your own credit. We don't have to pay nobody $500, $1,000. We don't pay $80 a month. We don't pay $100 a month. In my econ, we give you a step-by-step video tutorial so you know the 5 factors that is affecting your credit. We're even going to give you the pre-written dispute letters. So all you got to do is pull your credit report, look at what is hurting you, put that creditor name and account number in this letter, and mail it off. In the next 30, 45 days, you can see some results. Now, we have some people that have used this system that's been able to remove medical collections, bankruptcy, student loans, other inaccuracies that is hurting their credit score. We also teach you how to rebuild your credit and how to add new trade lines. And see, the whole point of this is because we want you to get in the 750 club. Because anytime you over 750, you're going to be able to borrow other people's money as close to free as possible. And then we also want to take you and transition you into business credit so that you can use the business credit to make money moves and it not affect your personal credit score. So we have my business partner, David Yarbrough. He used the system. He was able to increase his credit score 142 points. We got Candy Johnson. She increased her credit score 41 points. She had a 788. Walk in the car dealership with a 788 and see what you get. We got Clint Smith, increased his credit 104 points to a 734. We got Jose Delgado, increased his credit score to a 775, and now he's on the market to buy his home. We got Patricia Samuels. She in the 800 club, y'all. We got Janelle Burns, increased her credit score 211 points to a 762. And she's so dope now that people are paying her to fix their credit. And then we have Rico Marshall. His credit score increased 247 points to a 730. You see me here at a 767, apply for credit, $25,000 limit, been able to secure over $80,000 in credit with personal credit. And as you can see, it only got better, 821. Now we got Kendrick Rousseau. He used one little secret that is taught in our credit repair system, and it boosted his credit score 133 points in 12 days, and he went out and bought a whole Porsche. Yes, he did. We got Will, who transitioned from personal credit into business credit. Shout out to you for getting your American Express business card. Shout out to Q, who did the exact same thing, who now has his American Express Gold card. This is how you start to make money moves. The fifth strategy and the final strategy that I'll talk about is investing in education. So in my econ, we're going to share with you all the vehicles where you can park your money so that your money have babies. So, but you need to be smart about it. You need to know when to use CDs, when to use money market accounts. You should know the difference between a mutual fund, an index fund, or an ETF. You should know all the different types of stocks that are out there. You should know about bonds and how they work. And so we are actually going to teach you that. Now, what we're going to give you is the fundamentals of investing. So what that means is you're going to be able to look at a company's balance sheet, and you're going to need to know the financial health of that company to determine whether or not you want to put your hard-earned money there with the hopes that it is going to grow over time, especially for long-term investment. And then I'm going to bring to the table technical analysis, where I'm going to show you how to read stock charts so that you will know what is the best price for you to get in on a trade and when to ring the register for your profits. Because my thing is this, not only should we be being a part of America, but we need to own a piece of America. So if you got some Nikes and some Jordans on your feet, you should have Nike stock. If you're going to Walmart every week shopping for your groceries, you need Walmart stock. If you got a Visa or MasterCard logo sitting in your wallet, you need to own it. If you got money in the bank, don't it make sense to own it? If you are flying on Southwest Airlines, don't it make sense to own it? If you got potato chips and pops in your kitchen, don't you think you should own Coca-Cola? Well, we think so. And so we're going to show you how to start building your stock portfolio. And then because I am a day trader and have been day trading successfully for the past 10 years, I have advanced classes in options, Forex, and futures. As you start to build your portfolio, this is what it looks like. We got a Tricia who now owns Tesla, Nike, Amazon, Walmart, and Zoom. We got Rachel here that owns Walmart, Tesla, McDonald's, Apple, Amazon, and a great pick, Dollar Tree. We have Felicia Cooper here. She owns Netflix and Microsoft and Apple and Tesla, Amazon, and she owns the S&P 500 index. We got Mike Macklin, who do have his own retirement portfolio, but what we also teach you is how to put your kids on. And so we show you how to open up custodial accounts for your children and start buying investments for them so that you can teach them how wealth works. And so this is his daughter's account. She owns a Dow Jones index fund. She owns S&P index fund. She owns a consumer index fund. And she even owns RITs. And what that is let's say you want to get into the real estate industry, but you don't know about real estate. You don't want to put up a whole lot of money. You don't want to try to find properties. You don't want to manage the properties. Well, guess what? You can give your money to the people who are managing billions of dollars of property and buy a real estate stock where you can literally own storage facilities, commercial properties, single family homes, even digital storage facilities, and they pay amazing dividends. This is Stacy McClaskey. As you can see, she was able to build her retirement portfolio to $182,000. She's been through my retirement presentation where I showed you different ways that you can find index funds that pay double-digit returns. But check this out. She was at $182,000 in June. Look where she is as of December. $228,000. And now her portfolio is literally multiplying, and she's getting anywhere from 1,500 to 1,800 in gains every single day. This is Rashad. Well, Rashad is already a millionaire. And you probably like, why would a millionaire join my econ? Because they want more money. I don't know any millionaires that don't like multiple streams of income. And he became a millionaire by launching businesses, but he wanted to learn more about investing and trading. So he joined my econ. He went through my options training with him, and he put up $335,000 into his Ameritrade account. He applied my Powerhouse Scalp strategy, made $49,000 in 3 weeks. Now, I do these stocks and sips periodically throughout the year. And one of them that I did want to mention is back in March, we did a stock and sip, and I gave a buy alert for Tesla at $413. Miss Wilder, our business partner, bought 5 shares at $413. And guess what her profit was? $8,000, because y'all know Tesla went through the roof. And now that Tesla had did that stock split, she owned even more shares and got even more profit. And Tesla on its way back to where it was when it even did the split. Now, again, because I'm a day trader, you can also gain access to my education courses that will show you how to grab $100 to $1,000 out of the financial markets every single day. See, you got to learn how to make money that ain't dependent on a job, no sales, or nobody else, only you. And so I got a simple trade strategy that when it is followed, you'll be able to pull money out of the Forex market. You can trade Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, gold, options, and futures. This is what it looks like. I went to Starbucks and I had bought a coffee. By the time I got around to the window, I had already made $200. I made $200 in 2 minutes trading in the futures market. Oh, and when you see my screenshot, you see my name down there, Angela W. That's how you know it's live money and ain't no demo accounts over here. 1,600, 15 minutes. Futures is my favorite. 2,000, 30 minutes. Another 2,000, 15 minutes. 3,000, 20,000. In a month. And then I want to give a huge shout out to Miss Daniels, who guess what she did, y'all? See, she already had her financial house in order. She took $11,000 and she put it into Bitcoin. Now, y'all already know that Bitcoin went through the roof. She put that $11,000 in Bitcoin 2 months ago, and she flipped it to $24,000. I call her the Bitcoin hustler. And see, this is what happens when you got your money together and you got some liquid cash. You can take advantage and buy dips. We got Q, made $323 in the futures market. He did it in 10 minutes. We got Jose Delgado. He scalped the gold futures, made $765. If you did that, because we could pay 6 days a week, that's over $9,000 a month. You think you can't fire your boss? You see me again, another $1,000 day. Because when you make $1,000 a day, 6 days a week, that's $24,000 a month. You can't fire your boss. I ain't worked a job, you guys, since 2008. We got Corwin Milan. He made $12,000 trading futures in 5 days. You know that it takes some people a couple of paychecks or a couple of months to make 12,000. He did it in a week. We got Pastor Josh. He made $1,000 in Forex, and then he turned around and made $1,000 in binary options, giving him a $2,200 day. We got DeMar Flowers. He had him $1,000 day in the Forex markets. We got Atricia. She put $500 in a Forex live account, flipped it to $1,500 in a day. She literally is killing it in the trading. On the weekend, she trades Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies, where she grabbing $500 every single Saturday. Her trade account is over $5,000-$6,000. We got Rashad Brown, the millionaire. Yes, he's flipping on them stocks, but he also in Forex, $4,600, 10 minutes. Stacey McClaskey put up $2,000 in her live account, flipped it to $6,700 in 5 days. We got Jose. Remember I talked about Jose, how he was self-employed? Well, and I told y'all he saved $11,000. Well, he took $9,000 of that $11,000 and he put it in his live Forex account. He flipped that $9,000 into $20,000, that $20,000 into $40,000. And then on June 5th of this year, he flipped that to $68,796. And then he did the record-breaking thing. A week later, he flipped that $68,000 to $381,455. That's right. He went from $68,000 to $381,000 in his live trading account. And he was able to change his life just because he said yes to my econ. Then Rashad made $75,000 in 1 day. Then Cynthia came on the scene. Now, Cynthia put up $3,000 into her Forex account, but you guys, I want y'all to know that she was not disciplined in her trading and she blew her account. Yes, she did. But did she give up? Absolutely not, because she see everybody winning. She knows it works. So what she did is she took $2,000, no, another $3,000, put it back in her Forex account, because we already got our financial house in order. So we got money on the side stashed for trading. And so this time she followed the strategy with great discipline. And guess what, y'all? She flipped that 3,000 up to 9,000. Then she did 10,000. Then she flipped the 10,000 into 43,000. Then she flipped the 43,000 into $114,000. She did that in 45 days. So in 45 days, she went from 3,000 to 114,000 in her live trading account. And then she broke Jose's record. She went from 114,000 to $522,000, and she did it in 60 days. Now, here's the thing. This doesn't mean that this is going to be you. And I'm not making no income claims. The only thing that I'm showing you is real results of real people, because all I want you to know is what is possible for somebody who's disciplined. You're willing to learn a skill set and a strategy that is going to give you an 80% win rate. And if that is something that you want to do, then you're in the right place at the right time with the right people, because this is where you need to be. But I'm also teaching the children. You got to teach your children the same thing. My son wanted to open up his own little stock account. He wanted to be able to invest his allowance. You guys, he in profit over $1,100, almost $1,200. He got his Amazon and his Apple, his AT&T, his Microsoft and Nike. He even got a Bitcoin ETF as well. And then I'm also teaching my son how to look at these Forex charts, because I want to give my child options. You don't want your children just to go to school, get a good education and hope they get a job. You want to, they can go to school, they can get an education, but you want them to be able to create their own jobs. And that's what you can do when you teach your kids how to trade. Do y'all see value in what I just said and presented to you tonight? I hope you do. We got over 98 people on this webinar, and I hope I elevated your mindset, because this is what's in it for you if you say yes to my econ. You're going to get business and personal finance education. You're going to get debt elimination and budgeting tools. You're going to get a retirement strategist so you can retire early and rich. You're going to get stock investing education Forex day trading that comes with this membership. And then you can have access to other courses that I do have available. You're going to be able to income shift your paycheck, get an extra $200 to $800 a month. You're going to learn the tax advantages of having a home-based business. You're going to get the cash flow manager software so that you are IRS compliant. You're going to get credit repair education so you can get in that 750 club. You're even going to get an e-commerce website. And this website has different financial products that people are buying on a monthly basis. We don't have no inventory. So people can go to your website. You can earn an extra 4 to 17% on any sales that's generated from your website. We got identity theft protection. That same credit repair kit we use, you can sell to other people. That same cash flow strategist we use, you can sell to other people in TLC, paparazzi. We also have a travel membership where you can get 70% off on your travel. We got health and wellness products. We got roadside assistance. We got audit protection. We even got credit monitoring. And we don't even have no sales quotas. And that's just one of the ways that we get paid. We also are able to expand our financial literacy businesses across the country. And as we attract other personal finance coaches, we generate leverage in our businesses where we can make money off referrals and we can earn residual income in our sleep. And if you are serious about that, again, we will show you how to brand yourself so that you can make 6 figures from the comfort of your home. I've made well over $325,000 from my laptop, you guys, being a personal finance coach. And I can show you how to do that too. All that is valued way over $5,000. And it normally costs $99 to get started with my econ. But for those who saw value, for those who want to change their life, if you get started right now, tonight, you can get access to me for $19.95. And trust me, it pays to know me. Now, you probably saying, okay, it's $19.95 to get started, but what is it going to cost me to maintain my business? $1.16 a day. Yep, $34.95. $34.95 a month to maintain your financial literacy business, keep you active on the IRS books so that when you adjust your W-4 for the year, you're going to qualify for your write-offs for the year. So again, you never owe the IRS at the end of the year. And guess what? Even if you don't adjust your W-4, those write-offs still go on your taxes. So what does that mean? Your federal refund check will be even more. Yes. So whoever invited you to this webinar tonight, get back with them. Let them know that you are ready to get in. They will send you a link, get you signed up. We'll get you into our private Facebook's group. You'll go immediately into the Forex trading so that you can learn how to multiply your money. Now, here's what I would like to do really quickly. Let me see if I can get into this chat box. Sometimes this chat box will not let me be great up in here, y'all. Here we go. Now, if you are somebody who actually listened to this presentation and you know this is you, and you ready to get signed up and you ready to build your business, you ready to get this money, I want you, if you are a guest, I want you to put your name and whoever referred to you in the chat box right now.
Hello.
Yes. Again, if you are a guest and you are ready to get signed up, I want you to put your name and who referred you in the chat box below, because I am going to be giving something to 2 people tonight. So I don't know who it's going to be. So if you are planning to join my econ, put your name and whoever invited you in the chat box. You're not in my, somebody who's not in my econ yet. If there are any guests who are on this webinar and you are going to sign up, please put your name and who referred you in the box. We got the Diller Family by Sandy. You are number 1. We got Sharia. You are referred by Melody. You are number 2. Is there any other guests? Okay, we got Mel Williams. You were invited by Shantae. We got Erica Cox. You were invited by Lauren Johnson. We got, so Mel, you are number 3. Erica Cox, you are number 4. We got Peggy Austin. You are number 5 by Deborah Walls. Kim, are you a guest? Or are you in my econ? We got Cynthia Gaines by Melody Mathis. We got, so Cynthia, you are number 6. Number 7, we got Jackie Lewis. You are number 7. Number 8, we got Jabari by Charlotte. Again, you are a guest. Jabari, you number 8. We got, let's see, number 9, we got Kale. You were referred by Jamil, so you're number 9. If you already signed up in my econ, this is not for you. This is only for guests that are not in my econ. Number 10 is going to be Cortez, referred by Erica White. Number 11 is Sandy. You are referred by Yolanda Williams. All right. Do we got anybody else? Jamal, who referred you? Okay, we got Chris Wells by Deborah. You number 12. We got Ronnie by Q. You are number 13. Oh, if you already signed up, you ain't no guest, y'all. If you already in my econ, you are not a guest. Jamal, who referred you? So we got Solomon Griffin, referred by Sheila Brown. You are number 13. Number 14, we got Tiffany Rogers by Jonathan. Jonathan? Or was you trying to say John Tasia? You're number 14, Tiffany. Who was that? Somebody said Shantae Johnson. Number 15, Shantae Johnson, referred by Melody Williams. Okay. And then we got Kimberly, you number 16. McConnell, you by Deborah Wells. Deborah Wells was bringing everything. Deborah Wells, you wasn't playing. Okay. One more person. Jamal Murdoch. Who invited Jamal Murdoch? Jamal, are you a guest? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Okay. All right, y'all. All right, so it looks like I got 16 guests. I got Dillard, you are 1. I got Sharia, you are 2. Mel Williams was 3. Erica Cox, Lauren Johnson, one of them, 4. Peggy Austin, 5. Cynthia Gaines is 6. Jackie Lewis is 7. Jabari is 8. Kill is 9. Let me see. Okay. So that's the one. So that's probably where the Jamal Murdoch is from. Okay. Number 10, we got Cortez. 11 is Sandy. 12, we got Chris Wales. 13, we got Solomon Griffin. 14 is Tiffany Rogers. 15 is Shantae. And number 16 is going to be Kimberly McConnell. Okay, so we have all the guests. Number 17, we got Janae Ivory. Now, all these people, I hope these people on the webinar, Deborah Wells. Okay, so these are all the guests. So we had a total of 17 guests on the webinar. And what I wanted to do is I'm going to pick 2 of you, and I'm going to give you a coupon. So again, it costs $19.95 to get started. So everybody on here should be, all guests need to sign up, period. Because you ain't gonna never get access to something like this for no $19.95. But I do want to pick 2 people tonight. And okay, who said they're already in the business? Which one? Okay, Melody, is Shartae your guest? Mel, is Shartae Johnson your guest? Okay, all right. So again, 17, we got 17 people. So I'm just gonna draw 2 people. So when I call your number, that is going to be you. You're going to get a coupon. That way you're only going to have to pay $4.95 to get started. And that is going to be for 2 people. So I am finna pull up my little number generator that's going to randomly pick a number. So we got 17 guests here. And so the first winner is going to be number 5, who is, girl, you are late, Shelly, that was invited by Charlene. We cutting it off now because I already drew 1. So number 5 is Peggy Austin. Peggy Austin, that was invited by Deborah Wells. If you are ready to get signed up, in my econ, you are going to get so again, Peggy Austin, you are going to get a coupon. You are one of the winners. Okay. Now, let's throw one in here. Since we had a new person, let me make 18 in here. So here we go. One more person. Number 7. Jackie Lewis, that was invited by Deborah Wells. Congratulations, Jackie Lewis, who was invited by Deborah Wells. And I'm gonna pick one more, y'all. I'm gonna pick one more. And that is number 10, Cortez, who was invited by Erica White. Congratulations. Again, these are the 3 winners that are going to get a coupon. You can get started for $4, basically $5. You're gonna be able to join for $5. I'm going to send the coupon codes to the person who referred you, and they're going to send you the coupon codes. These coupon codes is good for 24 hours. You don't use it in 24 hours. I'm going to take it back and I'm going to bless somebody else. Okay, so you got 24 hours to use this coupon. And also, by looking at the number of guests that is on this call, Deborah Wells was actually the person who had the most guests tonight on the webinar. So Deborah, you are going to get a $50 stock gift card from me. So I'll be sending that out to you tomorrow. And you can take that $50 and hey, go buy you get you some Tesla stock or anything that you want. So congratulations to you for having a lot of guests on this webinar tonight. And again, congratulations to our 3 winners. We got Peggy Austin, we got Jackie Lewis, and we got Cortez. So I'll be sending them coupon codes out later on this evening, hopefully before I go to bed. All right. Okay, y'all rock, y'all rock, y'all rock, y'all rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, for everybody else, lock in your spot at that $20, because trust me, you're gonna wish you knew me. All right. Yes, yes, yes. So thank you guys for participating. All right. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go right into our stock. And so we're going to spend the next, probably next 25, 30 minutes. So whatever stocks you want me to look up, please drop your ticker symbols in the chat box right now. I'm waiting for my, all right, y'all. What do we got here? So we got MVIS. I don't even know what that is. Okay, is this like a penny stock? You missed the move already. The move already happened. The move happened on December 15th. And it doesn't have like a previous high. Right now, it looks like it might be a little bit of pullback. See if $4.98 hold, it might be an opportunity for you to go long again. But I believe that this stock probably has already made its move. So the best thing is to wait till the stock goes down to like $4. So anywhere between $4 and $2.89 is a good move to re-enter that trade. But you missed that move already.
I'm still in it, Angela. I got it at $3.60.
Okay, well, what you see at the top, what you see is that it hit its high at 580, then it pulled back. If it goes down any further past this 507, I would probably ring the register, wait for a pullback, and you can always get back in it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. NOI. NOI, do you mean NIO? Maybe? You probably meant NIO. All right, NIO is actually set to be a buy. So yes, I see a buy. The high at the point was 57.29. So there is room for it to run, but yes, it's positioned. We'll see what it do. So it's positioned to be a buy. Okay. KO, which is, what is that, Coca-Cola? Now, right now, Coca-Cola is moving sideways. There is, even though it is sitting above the 8, there is no momentum in the market for it quite yet. Once it gets some momentum, then it could be a potential pull-off, but it looks like it could go up to 54.50. That's a huge resistance area. So it isn't too much room to run just yet, especially with no momentum in the marketplace. Now we know eventually it could go higher. It is set up to kind of make a move to the upside, but it ain't no volume just yet. It's coming because usually after a market is moving sideways and it has low volatility, eventually it's going to be a breakout. So it might be something that you will want to put on some type of watch list. You know, if it breaks like that 53.88, you may be able to get in for a couple of dollars. Me, if I was doing Coca-Cola, I would probably end up trading it in the option, because it's going to be a long-term hold if you're trying to get it back to its previous highs. Because if you look back, the previous high is $60. So so it is clearly there's room. There's room for a movement, but right now it doesn't have any momentum yet. Once that momentum hit, it probably will pop and it will pop up. Okay, so I would literally just put that on my watch list. It seems like every time it hit 54.35, it does a little pullback. So if it can break that 54.35, then it's going to be headed up. Okay. Next one is XRP. So we'll look at, well, I guess it depends on what you're trading on, but I'll just look at crypto cap. Yes. So XRP, it had a nice pullback. It looks like it's sitting on the 80. It needs some volume though. It needs a little bit of volume to push it up. But it is kind of presenting itself, because here's the thing. This is the high right here. And then it did a pullback, it pulled down, and it created a lower high. And then it pulled down and we at a lower high again. So a number of things could happen. This could pull back some more, which would be awesome. If it would pull back to, what is this, 21, it would definitely be a buy, because I love to buy discounts. But if it could get some momentum, it might can push up and continue to make that move to the upside. So just remember, it's, you know, with some cryptos, it could be kind of risky, but I'm even looking for cryptos to have a little bit of a pullback. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at BTC USD. I'm gonna look at it on Coinbase. Okay, as you, well, y'all can already see that Bitcoin literally went through the roof. People who know how to read charts, we got in way down here because we want to get all the money. And I actually, one time we had a stock split. It actually had pulled back, and I had an alert where you could have gotten Bitcoin when it was like 6,000, 7,000, you guys, and made a killing if you was actually on that stock slip and you know, it had some money. Now, people are saying, predicting that Bitcoin will go to 25. We might get a Christmas rally. We might. As you can see, there is still some momentum for it to be able to push up. It is a level. It seems like every time you get to that 24.3, it kind of pulls back a little bit, but it is positioned to possibly push up some more. I got a feeling that it'll probably push up all the way up to Christmas. And then after that, I do expect some form of pullback. So you could put a little bit in just to catch that small move, but I would keep most of my money on the sidelines. And if crypto could get back down to like this 19,000 level, do its pullback, because it's going to do a pullback. If you can get crypto back down to 19,780, anywhere between 19 and 20,000, then I will go in with some more money. Okay. All right. Let me see what else we got in here. Safe. Okay. Safe is a, it got some momentum, but it is pulling down right now. So it would depend. If it holds at this $69, it has the potential to go up, but it might be pulling down. They don't have earnings into February. So I will wait to see if there'll be a bigger pullback. If you can get it at 64.11, then that might be an opportunity for you to get into it. Okay, but there is a nice little pullback. So if it looks like it's going to push up from this 69, you might could get in, because remember, it went as high as $75. So it's doing a nice little pullback. I like pullbacks that go a little bit deeper. 63 would be my play. But again, it's up to you. Okay. Somebody said whatever is open. I don't know what that means. Versa car. I need the ticker symbol for that. US 30. Okay, people who are trading Forex. Well, a number of things that you can see right here with US 30. What I will say is that it has, well, since October, it's creating higher highs, but you see how it's literally moving sideways. That's what we see right now. It's sideways. So the markets could quite possibly continue to move sideways. I do think, again, it might be a little push up for Christmas. Sometimes the markets bless us and they'll give us a little something for Christmas. And then after that, I do expect a pullback because the markets are overinflated. As you can see, we do see a red candle coming down again. We might get a small pullback. I wish you could go back to the 29,942 and then pop all the way up again, you know. So we have to see. Right now it's moving sideways. And you got to see what the markets do overnight tonight to determine what will happen tomorrow. But I will say, as of right now, it's moving sideways. I would look for a little bit of a pullback on Monday, but it may still go back up and give us a run for Christmas, just for Christmas. But if you are in our Forex group, in the Facebook group, I gave you some price ranges. So if price action breaks the price range, then that means that it's possibly to continue to trend to the upside, because the overall trend is like that. If we were look down at the 5-minute right now, even though this isn't the chart that I use for trading on the 5 minutes, but if I was to go down to the 5-minute, what we're looking at is, again, we got a market that's moving sideways. And even though right here, we do got some higher highs. So it literally can go both ways, because if you look at this, we got a shift in market structure. So it will make me believe that it may be a pullback to the downside. But then if you look right here, we got some moves going up. So we actually have a nice little triangle. And so it could go either way. It could go literally either way. Hopefully, pullback. It looks like a market structure shift eventually, but it needs to be some volume. There's no volume in the market right now, so it's going to be choppy. So you shouldn't be trading the US 30 right now. But once more, the time hit, you know, later on in the middle of the night, you'll probably get a nice move. It might be in the downside, or they'll push it on up. So you got to wait for it. But this is a great time. Be paying attention to US 30. Let me see. FCEL. Well, it had a really nice pullback, and there is some momentum in the marketplace for it. Where is it? Okay, it hasn't went into an uptrend yet. But actually, if it crosses over $9.36, it's quite possible. If it can break that price point of $9.36, you might be able to get a move to the upside, because it can go all the way up to $9.71. I probably would make that move in options. What else? All right, somebody asked me about gold. Well, if I look at the daily, all right, if I'm looking at the daily on gold, again, gold is about to we got the momentum in there. It'll make a move to the upside. So I'm looking for gold to push up some more. Literally, and had its higher highs, and it moved sideways, and it broke up again. So I would look for a long day, but obviously you always want to get into position. Okay, if you was trading gold tonight, again, there is no volatility, so there is no reason to get in it. Off of the 5-minute chart, price action is moving. This may turn and be a level of support right here at 1892, and eventually it probably just push up a little bit. So we know that even if it's a pullback, it's going to be a small pullback, even if it go down to here, but it's going to reverse and you're going to end up getting a move to the long side in the gold. Eventually, you just got to wait for it because the 4 hour and the 1 hour are all pointing up. So that is what is going to happen as of right now, depending on what happens overnight though. But it looks like it's going to be an up day. APXP. It had a nice pullback. It did create some lower lows. So you got to see if this holds, if this 14-15 holds. There's no momentum in it right now. If it is, it's quite possible that it'll push back up again to probably 502 because that's a serious level of support. So you might have an opportunity for a buy here if it stays above 14.14. Oh Lord, let me see here. MCHFX. MCHFX. What is that? MCHFX. I do not see that. Baba. Let's look up Baba here. Okay, so let's look at Alibaba. Let's go to our daily here. Right now, no. It will literally, they do got some earnings that's coming up in February. There is some momentum. Hopefully it cross up. If it can break above this 268, not 268, where am I at right here? If it can break up 267.79, if it can break up past that, it may make its run back to the top. Even though you're getting a really good discount right here. But this would have to hold. This low price would have to hold. If it goes back and touch this 253, I will probably get in, but it'll be a longer term hold. So you might, if you do trade options, you might want to trade the option on this because it's a pricey stock. All right. BLDP. BLDP. Okay. BLDP. And then I'm gonna share with you guys one of the ones that made me some good money. You kind of missed that move. You missed that move. It didn't hit a level of resistance. Every time it literally hits this 21.69, it pulls back. So I would probably wait to see if it pulled back again. If you can get it at 1834, I will go in with a buy, or 1928. So look and see if it'll go back and pull back because this is a strong level of resistance. Every time it hit it, it falls back. So if you can get it to fall back from the 19 range, I will go in with a buy. Okay. Plug, and then I'll do this SCTL. Plug it obviously was a strong move, but it's getting ready to do a pullback because obviously it didn't reach its high, so you would need to wait for it to come back down. If it can come back down to 28.45, you might have a play, and 24.96, you might have a play. So you missed it. You guys got to look at stock charts so that you know you're getting in at the right time. CSTL. They had a strong engulfing candle. They're doing a little pullback. If it can hold, if it pulls back to like 59.26 or 56.74, then it could definitely be a buy there. But right now it's getting ready to pull back. So you wanted to see if it go down a little bit more so you can get a better price. Now, what I do want to do, you guys, is I want to share. Where did I write it down? I wanted to share for people like right now, for the people who have been holding airlines and banks and Norwegian Cruise Line, Carnival Cruise Line, you guys are probably going to eventually start as the world starts to take the vaccines and it starts to open up. You're going to probably start to see a breakup to the upside. So obviously, people who were waiting or people who didn't really want to get in when everything was falling apart, this might be a good time for you to grab some of those. Like Delta Airlines or something like that. Delta Airlines, Southwest Airlines, Norwegian cruise ship. You might even see something in Carnival. Also banks took a big hit because of COVID. So you might see a breakout of banks. JP Morgan Chase is a good one. They're a little bit more pricey, and then there is Wells Fargo. So that may be something that you want to take a look at. So now it's kind of the time, if everything goes as planned, they said 2021, probably by, April and May, the world might start to open back up a little bit. So obviously, if you got positions in those stocks that took a hit because of COVID, you might start seeing a little move to the upside. Even in a Boeing, I'm not sure about just yet. Okay, now something that I do want to share with you that I obviously will be trading. Number one, obviously because of COVID, you want to be thinking of companies that can benefit for the vaccine being distributed. I'm not sure yet if it affect like the FedExes or the UPSs, so I'm not really looking at them. You might want to take a look at Walgreens or CVS. Because they may have it where people can actually go to Walgreens or CVS and actually get their shots. So think of that as potential distribution. So if we were to take a look at Walgreens, what is Walgreens ticker symbol? Guess I gotta type this in. Do I got y'all know? Anybody know what Walgreens ticker symbol is? I can't remember if I got it in here. WB, I think, yes, WBA. That's right here. Okay, so you see how Walgreens really hasn't been doing too much of anything because of COVID. It kind of, for a brief second, it kind of looked like a double top, like it's going to pull back. So what I'm waiting for Walgreens to do is to fall down just a little bit more. If I can get Walgreens at like 37.85, that would be awesome too. But because of COVID getting set up, I believe that eventually there is going to be a breakout on Walgreens. And so this is something that I do have added to my watch list, because if you look at it right here, look at it, you guys, even up here, we will be at 64.35 right here. We got room to run with this 72 and even higher than that. And so I think that this is going to eventually be a breakout move. So you definitely want to add this to your watch list, maybe get into position. If it even, like I said, if it'll pull back just a little bit more, I would definitely get it. $39 will be a good buy. But eventually it is going to have a breakout. And so one last thing that I want to share with you guys, something that I'm actually trading. Remember, I told you guys in the presentation earlier, I said that AI technology is literally where it's at. This is where it's at, and this is where the world is shifting. And so I want to give you guys one trade that one stock that you may want to add to your portfolio. And it is an AI technology stock, and that stock is called C3AI. Okay, it is called C3AI. It is called C3AI. It is a new stock. Is this one it? Let me see. because let me tell you something, you guys. Wait a minute, I want to make sure that I'm pulling the right one. Let me pull it up real quick because I want to make sure that you guys got the right one too. So this is a secret stock that I'm giving you. Don't say I ain't never give you nothing. I believe this is my ticker. Yes, this is it. This is the right stock. And you guys, this is what I want you to know. I actually bought this stock on the 10th. I literally bought this stock on the 10th, and I'm already up 11% return on investment. I'm already double digit return on investment. So what I will say is this is something that you may want to have in your stock portfolio long term. Again, it's called AI. And basically they do the software. They have all the software for all the companies that want to go into AI technology. And it doesn't matter if it's healthcare, if it's energy, if it's communications, they're providing all of that. And you really want to get yourself in position because AI technology is where it's going. So this is one stock that I want to give you guys, add it to your portfolio. I believe that you will probably thank me later. Okay, but it's the momentum of there, and like I said, it's a stock that I know that eventually over the long term will be pushing up. So you definitely want to be in position for it. I think I've looked at everybody's stock. One last one, SPX 500. Again, if you are already in our group, I gave y'all ranges for S&P 500 for the week, some things for you to possibly look at. Again, the S&P, you know, they hit a high of a high, and I'm seeing a pullback. So I'm looking for a small little pullback, but I am looking for another, hopefully, another move to the upside for Christmas. It may happen, or they may shock us all and just drop the markets, but the markets are overinflated. But I am looking to see that tomorrow might be just a tad bit of a pullback and then a reset to the upside. Okay. All right, you guys, I think I have literally, and see the people who got off the webinar, they didn't get that one stock. They're going to wish they did. Trying to tell you. All right, yeah, I think that I have. All right, y'all. So I want to thank y'all for coming tonight. The stock was C3AI. The ticker symbol is AI. And then also, I think you should put Walgreens on your watch list as a potential buy. Eventually, Walgreens is going to have their breakout. And to share one more AI technology stock with you, where's another one? Robo, R-O-B-O. R-O-B-O is a ticker symbol. You would like to add that into your portfolio because that's where we're going. So hold that to 2035, and then y'all give me some money when y'all make some money. Send me a check or something. All right. Okay, so that wraps up our stock and sip for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. Again, to all of our guests, thank you for coming out, for new business partners, and for our winners. And Deborah, shout out for having so many guests. And tomorrow I'll be sending you your gift card. So that wraps it up for this year, and I'll see y'all next year. Well, not the team, y'all gonna see me next week or something. But for everybody else, we probably do a stock and sip in January sometime. Okay, see if we can get ready to make money off this crash that's coming, because we want to be in position and we finna short this market. All right, you guys. Good night, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and y'all be
safe. You.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Outstanding.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you, Angela.
Good night.
All right, happy holidays. Good night.
Good night.